Hello boxing fans, right now I'm just going to talk about Tony Bellew versus Edison Miranda. This fight ended with a 9th round KO. I bet on the 10th round knockout and I was unlucky in this one. Edison Miranda quit with 9 seconds to go in the round, and this is the third time I've lost money on Tony Bellew. Every time I bet on Tony Bellew, he does it in the round before. It's a joke, except for one time when I said he'll get knocked out. He ended up taking it to a split decision, so I wasn't best pleased. Yeah, Bellew was fighting throughout this fight very smart. He landed very good punches, he threw out a very consistent jab, he worked the body at times, and he did look to counter Miranda as Miranda got wild. Miranda was dangerous in the first few rounds, as we all expected, but then in the middle rounds he started to gas, and Tony Bellew landed a more consistent jab. He started to work off his jab much more, and he ended up taking him to the cleaners in the final round. Bellew's a very smart guy. He didn't stand there and trade with the very powerful and dangerous Miranda, but the Sky commentary team didn't give him the credit he deserved for this one. And don't be saying, oh, just because you're just saying that because you're a Scouser, No, it's not like that. What I'm saying is, he knew that he was going to be in more danger if he started slugging it out with Edison Miranda. The thing that Sky didn't pick up on was that he wasn't taking the chances that Miranda was setting him. Miranda was very smart in this fight. He was setting him traps. He was trying to macho him in, try and say, come on, let's fight mano a mano, like on the undercard. And basically, Bellew didn't take the bait. He was very smart. He said, no, we'll box. Come on, let's box. And there's a lot of times you give these little facial expressions. Well, come on, we're here to box. Let's box. And then Miranda his face would sag slightly, and they'll get back to it. You see, what his plan wasn't working. Miranda's plan was obviously to nullify him in and land a big shot, and he couldn't do it because Bellew was not taking the bait. Sky never gave him any credit for that. And the guy I highlight in this is Sky's Adam Smith. The guy who's running Sky Boxing. This guy is a joke. I've got to say, he's a total joke. I really wonder how much he does know about boxing, because he doesn't seem to fight tooth and nail for boxing in the boardroom, considering they've cut the shows by 50%. And even when he's commentating, he doesn't know what he's talking about a lot of the time. You should be able to see that this was a smart tactic by Bellew, but he just could not see this. And maybe I can, and therefore I should take his job. I got a degree. I'll be happy to do his job. I'll take half the money that he does, and I'll put the rest into boxing. What do you say about that? I'll do that. Sort me out. Let's do a petition. EBN to take Adam Smith's job. We'll sort it online. How about that? Yeah. Anyway, back to the boxing match. In the final round, he put it up a gear. He tore Miranda apart. He switched very well from head to body, and he landed a good body shot, which ended up dropping Miranda, who, let's be real now, we found that Miranda cannot now take body shots. That is his weakness. And basically, he did get up, but he said he didn't want to continue for the referee, which was the second time in the night that a guy's quit. So after the fight, where did they go from here? I'm looking at Bellew, and I've got to be real. He's not ready for a world title fight. He's a very good boxer, and I think he's a very concussive hitter. This guy, let's be real here. He is a cruiserweight masquerading as a light heavyweight. I think he needs 1 or 2 fights. I'll say 2. And I'm thinking he needs someone like a Caro Marat, a Jurgen Bremer, or an Alan Green. If he got all 3, that would be brilliant. If he got 2 of them, Caro Marat and Green, that would be good also. I understand he's going to be on the Carl Froch undercard, which means it's going to be a short notice fight, so don't expect a good opponent. It'll be some type of glorified journeyman. The guys I'd look for from the UK would be someone like Courtney Fry, Tony Dodds, and they'll make for a good match. Other guys from outside the UK, I'll bring in 2 Yanks, Byron Mitchell, do you remember him from the Calzaghe fight, and also Danny Santiago. I'll take him as well. Santiago's fighting pretty much now as a glorified journeyman anyway. I think he's just lost the world title fight, so if he come back now for Tony Bellew, this would be one quick way for him to get straight back into world title contention. So I would say he'll be the favourite to fight this fight. either way, I'll expect Tony Bellew to beat all four of the people I've just mentioned for the next fight, and then we'll see where he goes from there. The guy I'd highlight for him to challenge for the world title would obviously be Bad Chad Dawson, because Dawson right now is in an unfortunate position. You know, I've just checked on the BoxRec records, and he's just lost his number one spot at light heavyweight for a fight that he had at 168 pounds. Now, you understand what I'm saying when I say that. There's two ways that this could have gone. Now, you've got to watch my post-fight on Ward Dawson to really understand this. There are two ways that this is going now. You see, either, and I think it's actually a mixture of both. By the way, there's two ways that this is going, and this is Bad Chad Dawson is either totally overrated and just got totally exposed as a feather-chinned, overhyped American title holder, or he was so drained, his punch resistance, strength, and stamina were totally affected, and he just could not fight. He just could not fight at a acceptable level. So I'll be saying to Tony Bellew, you can go for him, because if he's not got a chin anymore, or if his chin is checked anyway, there'll be a lot of people who'll be thinking, I can land on him and I can take him. You know, I'll be looking at people straight away like Nathan Cleverly. You know, you'll be looking at this fight thinking, yes, Tavoris Cloud. He'll be thinking, I've got you, son. Pascal will be looking at it going, yeah, I know, I've got you again. All these guys will be looking at his chin thinking, now it's checked. Now I know you're wide open to that punch. You know what I'm going to go for. And I think that will be the case with any Tony Bellew fight. I'm not suggesting Tony Bellew would win. I'm saying he would have a much greater chance than I gave him before this weekend. So tell me what you think about these fights, and thanks for listening.